Well, the Bulls are back at Springfield, and today it's the FA Cup. Oh, the glory of the potential, perhaps, to play at the arch of Wembley Stadium. Well, that's a long, long way away, but there will be a minute's silence to remember Jordan Legida, who sadly passed away, a much-loved local league footballer in Jersey, and that minute will be coming up when the referee blows his first whistle. It will be a minute of applause, and when the referee blows his second, that will conclude that minute. Well, the players will just line up. The referee will go with his assistants, and we will have that minute's applause. Well, you can see as the players are going across to Legida Stonemason's sign, James Kerry and his opposite captain Elliot York go across to the bullpen, who will also pay their respects as the wreaths are laid. And the captains join their players in the centre circle with the officials. Well, rest in peace, Jordan. And now it's back to the action. And the Bulls have a third keeper in between the sticks for the third game in a row. With the injury to Pierce Roche, the midweek saw the debut of Robbie Scott at this level. And now returning from a period of absence through a number of reasons, mainly suspension, is the top stopper, Ewan van der Vliet. Well, the Bulls have also made some changes. They brought back Jamie Watling, who we expect to go into the middle with James Kerry of the defence. James Carr will start ahead of Jay Giles today. Joe Kilshaw is in the starting lineup. The line will be led, as always, by Lorne Bickley. Sammy Henny-Kamau is out there, and Miguel Carvalho. And for the Sheerwater side, the Sheers, as they're known, managed by TJ Barbato. Watch out for Elliot York, who's been on fire recently, winning. They won 7-1 in the week, and he scored a hat-trick. He also was a bit of a thorn in the side of the Bulls when they played the last time. Well, it is, in fact, nearly 2 years ago that they did last meet on the 30th of November, 24, the Bulls winning 1-0. That was a day when Joe Kilshaw made his 100th appearance for the Bulls. He starts today. And when Ewan van der Vliet became a father. Well, the captains are in the middle. The referee is Sam Craker, assisted by Alfie Howden and James Beale. The usual pre-match ritual is over. And the sides are ready. Well, of course, the FA Cup has its own rules. There is no extra time, but there would be a replay if the sides can't be separated at the end of 90. Well, Sheerwater on a bit of a roll. They're still, of course, in the Combined Counties League that the Bulls were in. And they'll be looking to maybe just come here and nick it this afternoon. For the Bulls, they'll want to make a bit of a statement, score some goals, and really get their FA Cup off to a flying start. Well, Mr. Craker appears to be ready. Players are ready. It's the blue against the red of the Bulls, the blue of the Sheers. And we're underway. Well, a very early touch in goal there for Joe Hill. Clears it long. Oh, a nice touch by the number 9 there, which is Walter, who does well, but Henia Kamau has nicked it and is going to take it forward. Pressed there by Ajibola. And then down goes Henia Kamau. And the Sheers on a decent run themselves this season. Played 4 in the league, got 8 points, so they've had 2 wins and 2 draws, so they're undefeated in the league. As the Bulls take it quick and short to Henia Kamau. Good challenge coming in from York, who's back defending, the captain. As a few fans slowly make their way round on the far side of the ground. Throwing is taken, Watson for Carr. Carr taking on George Mackey, but not beating him, but winning the throw. There is a Jersey connection in the Sheers side. And the number 6, Tom Blumpier. As Watson battles, and a little bit of an elbow left there. Foul given by Mr. Craker. And the Bulls have a free kick, which Watson looks to take, and then leaves for Henia Kamau. Oh, forward is coming James Carey. A bit of a run there by Carr. Watson now makes his way into the box. Ball played in, looking for the head of Bickley. Henia Kamau tries to bring it down. And then Mackey just about clears it. A long ball down the line and something to chase there. Here come the Sheers as York flicks it on. And then Watling is back and across and hooks it out for the Bulls. Well, not a huge crowd in yet here at Springfield. Touch there by Horn. Now to the other Mackey, Callum, who makes a run and clears it and gets, well, he gets the ball into the box, gets clear of the challenge. Van der Vliet comfortably rolls it out, but Henia Kamau does a nice little step and a turn. No Jama Mohammed today, he's on a 1-match ban, so the Bulls have gone for Kilshaw and Watson. And a good bench as well for them, with Ritzimer and Lumsden. And of course, Casey Nixon. So there's options as well. Joe Giles is on the bench this afternoon. So the Bulls have a strong squad to pick from again, as it's played forward, looking for Bickley. Just trying to hold it up there. Carr clips it forward. And the header has gone behind. It comes off Gardner. And the first corner of the afternoon goes to the Jersey Bulls. Can they make hay from that? Well, it's going to be Sunley. Scored, of course, in midweek against Moneyfields. Run to the near post by Carr. Over the top it goes. Watling jumps in. Punch there from Hill, who does well. Edge of the box. Shot comes in. Well, Watling is still down. He got a bit of the punch that came in from Hill, as well as the keeper clearing the ball. Watling has stayed down. Just taking his time there. Bulls, of course, have got Harry Curtis on the bench this afternoon. Along with Lumsden, Giles, Nixon and Ritzimer. So a good bench for them and lots of options should they be needed. Visitors also coming with a long list of substitutes. And now Sheers just caress it across the back line. There it is with Gardner. Ball forward, but doesn't really make any progress. Carr seeing a bit of the ball already in this first opening few minutes. Watson, oh, slips as he tries to play the ball. I think Watson just looked a little bit off the pace perhaps in midweek at Moneyfields, and maybe a chance for him to just get a bit of rustiness out of those legs. Of course, the veteran still going strong as the throw comes in. Chested down there by Gardner, picked up again by the skipper York. Clip back and across there from Selleck. Carr goes down. Ajibola pleads for something. And it is a Bulls ball. Watson to Kere, driving forward here with purpose. Coming up is Johnny LeCain. Has the ball now, wants a little bit of a pass and he makes it. Trying to get Carvalho in through the back there is Sunley. And now there's a chase on here at the other end. All of a sudden, quickly across is Watling. Of course he is. Spots the danger there from Selleck. And then back in by Callum Mackey, but it's easily cut out there by LeCain, who plays it forward into Bickley. A bit of a heavy touch, but he manages to keep hold of it, spin away from Horn, and then Horn slides in and wins it back, picked up by York. Ajibola in the middle. Short ball there again to Callum Mackey. Now Ajibola again. In through to White. White tries the reverse pass, but Watling cuts it out. Killshaw there. The ball's just bunching a little bit here. They're perhaps a little bit too close to each other. Just need to look to spread the play a bit more. Here comes Carr now, chance down that left-hand side. Has Blompier for company. Carr still going. Carr tries to get in and gets to the near post, but easy for Hill to get there ahead of Carvalho. Hill releases to Selleck. Ajibola switching it to the right side, looking for York, who's plays it back. Well, it's good control there from the skipper for the visitors. Callum Mackey again, then to Gardner. Blompier. Slow build up here. Just making it their own at the moment, the possession. Carvalho just goes across. And then Horn picking it up. Just still waiting for a run maybe ahead, a pass. And the long ball does come. Easy for LeCain, heads it down to Carvalho. Killshaw now looks for the ball over the top. Call from Carvalho as well to try and bring it down. Can't keep it in. Neither side settled so far. A little bit fragmented in the play. Horn with the header, but it goes backwards, and then Ajibola. And Watson has a little bit of space. Well, that ball is just about got the right pace on it. Cross there is Gardner, and it is scrappy. Just need someone to get the foot on the ball here. Maybe Sunley. Quick ball forward, but there's nobody there for the balls. Easy for Hill. Shears just looking to find a run, find a ball, and you see Selleck at the bottom of the picture here. He's just standing. As it's brought forward now, this time by Blompier, who Again, doesn't find the accuracy with the pass. And it is a little, perhaps, pedestrian at the moment. Needs a bit of a spark. Here comes Sunley, switching it out. Looking for Carvalho, does well, brings it down, gets brought down in the process. Referee gives the free kick. This time Callum Mackey fouling the Magician, and he wants to get on with it. Wants the ball back as well as he makes a run into the box. The Magician still going, got past one. In it comes Hill with a good save. It parries it out. Cleared by Gardner. Kerry pumps it back towards the danger area. Bickley flicks it on. Now Lacane. Carvalho again, who started this move. Lacane on the overlap. Needs to find the pass. In it comes. Shot comes in. Blocked. Well, looks like it may well have been Sunley there. Sunley or Kilshaw with that shot, but managed to keep it out, and it looked like it was a chance for the Bulls to open the scoring, but they still have it. Carr arriving, little short ball. Henia Kamau drags it back well, flicks it back and across, goes for the far corner. Well, not that far away from the Bulls, number 21. But better all of a sudden. There is a little bit of life. It's taken 10 minutes or so to get going. And it is often the Magician on this near side with a few tricks as he works his magic, trying to unlock this Sheers defence. Well, we remember in 2024 when they played each other twice in the league, and the Bulls took 4 of 6 points that season. And that is all forgotten as both sides now have very different ambitions in terms of where they're heading. Sheers looking to get out of that Combined Counties League. The Bulls equally looking to do the same and get promotion this season. Well, it's Cup Day today, and it's a long, long way from the arch of Wembley. As the Sheers just keep the ball. No real pressure coming. As Blompier clips it forward. There's a good run there this time, and quickly back and across his car. In it comes. McCain's there, half clears it. Drops to a blue boot, and then surely offside. Ball's in the net, won't count, you'd think. Well, the flag seems to stay down. The referee's given it. Well, it looked like everyone had just stopped. And in the end, it's Volta who turns it into the net, and the Sheers have the opening goal. It looked like there was an offside. He was well ahead of the play. Well, the Bulls players protest. It looked like when this ball was played in, it's half cleared by Lacane. Comes to the edge of the box. And then, well, has he just got back on side? Is it in fact Carr who may have played him on? And it may be a good decision. You'd need to look at that from side on. But it may be that James Carr just played on. May well have been Mackey down that right side, but either way, the Sheers have the goal, and Volta has scored it. Well, everyone seems a little bit shocked by that. The referee stays resolute in his decision, as does the assistant. And the Bulls are chasing the game. As Watling gets it forward. Carr. Well, short ball looking for Watson, nowhere near him. White picks it up. Clip forward again. Chases on. This time is Volta again, the goal scorer. Well, the Bulls' last couple of games have been a bit slow to get going. We saw it Tuesday evening against Moneyfields, where they, for the first half, were lucky only to go in 1-0 down, and then a different side appeared for the second, and it just looks a little bit like that in this opening quarter of an hour, that they're just a bit flat. Maybe they can get something going here. Henia Kamau keeps it in, can he? Yes, he does, plays it in, but it's, well, he's done enough, has he, to win the corner. It looks like there's a touch there, and it will be the Bulls who get their second corner. And Elliot Powell, before the season, talked about fast starts in all games, and there was a flicker of that, perhaps, against Harrow, but it seems to have just died out fractionally as Carvalho plays it back. Now edge of the box is Henry Kamau. Will he try one from there? He's going to have a go. Well, again, there's a blue wall in the way. Still going. Watson plays it on. Bickley is turning away. And Hill gets it going quickly, recycles it. Looking now for White. White trying to get the better there as Van der Vliet quickly off his line. Certainly urged by him, but he's made a mistake there as it's played out, and nobody's really switched on yet, perhaps, for the Bulls. Van der Vliet trying the quick one, nothing wrong with that. But just the comms may be missing. As here come the Shears again, and they get into the Bulls' box. Whipped across. Well, it should have been two from Walter. He's right in the mix. He's unchallenged in the header. And in the end, he just can't keep it down. And the Bulls get a let-off. And at the moment, they're being run ragged. Well, it's a combination of good pressure from the visitors. And the Bulls just really don't look like they've switched on. Back across the line, though, from Watling. Kere. Now LeCain. Watson. Battling again is Sunley. And now Watling. And he sparks something. Henry Kamau flicks it on. Kilshaw. Well, was tracked there by Ajibola. They try again to counter the Shears. Watling and Watson just getting in each other's way, but Watling taking control. And Watling with a little bit of space as the Shears just retreat a fraction. Watling looks for the searching run this time, a Bickley down the left. He's going to get there. He's got Blompier for company. He's just going to hold it up, needs some support. Here comes Henry Kamau. Arriving was Carr, but again the Shears clear it, only as far as Watson. Into the feet now. Suddenly, reverse pass to Bickley, doesn't get there, goes the other way. Easy for Hill. Well, they're trying to get something going here, the Bulls. As Hill decides to go for the long clearance and just gives it to Van der Vliet at the other end. So the Bulls get it back. Kilshaw running in the middle, got Ajibola for company. Joe Giles watches on. Let's do the rest of the Bulls bench. Kere again. Watling, ball over the top, but there's nobody there. Playing it out now from the back. The Shears have got confidence. Gardner, well, that's not quite as confident as it needed to be as he makes Hill do some work, and then Hill makes a mistake. The Bulls, can they capitalise here? Henry Kamau now. Walking back, the Shears are. Watson, nice ball. Sunley. Well, again, he tried to get Henry Kamau in. Maybe could have taken the shot, James Sunley. We saw that he was on the money against Money Fields in the week. Sometimes in those positions, the intricacy, the one extra touch is probably too much sometimes. It just might be worth taking the shot. And it is still very much a take your time, have a little look up as Blompier tries to find his skipper York, but only puts it out. Van der Vliet again. Kilshaw dropping to pick it up. Carvalho having to come into his own half to collect. Watling again, seeing more of the ball in the last few minutes. Nice ball through. Can the, well, neither Henry Kamau or Carvalho get there. You can see what Bickley was trying to do, just probably just need a little less pace on that one. And chance now again for the Shears with Selleck, who goes back. And again, just walking the ball around here at times, the Sheers. Ajibola. Gardner again. No pressure really coming. White picks it up. And it is just a case of simple football for the visitors, who are just knocking it around, but again, their final pass isn't the best. And now it's Watling. And you just feel at the moment that both sides are just taking their time, but at the same time, just a little bit too much in their own halves. The Bulls especially, they need to get those wing backs, get LeCain forward. He's a little bit further up here. And Carr, both got pace, get down either flank, and when they're stuck in their own half and Carvalho's coming back, you feel that it's just not capitalising, not putting enough pressure on. Watling now. And again, it's very static. Suddenly having to come back to collect it. He should be receiving it further up the pitch. Watling now. There is Carr. Suddenly again, Watling. Watling further forward than Watson. Suddenly is he fouled? Free kick's given. Suddenly wanting to get on with it. Referee making sure that the Sheers are at least 10. And it's taken. And here come out. Carr again. Sunley. Kilshaw just having to collect it from behind the referee. Now Kere takes it through nicely. Kere, can he find the pass? Slips it inside. Bickley holding off the challenge of Gardner. Good defensive work from the Sheers though, blunting the attack of the Bulls, but the Bulls still have it. Clip forward, Carvalho in behind. Can he square it? Can he keep it in? He can. Lays it off, Kilshaw, one touch, and again, Kilshaw still going. Shot comes in from Kere, blocked. And Selick tries to clear, but does he catch Carvalho? Maybe just an accidental coming together. And the Sheers do clear it, but only as far as Watson, who brings it down nicely from the chest. LeCain again. A little bit more energy to this game all of a sudden. It's the Bulls getting forward. Watling. Carr wants some space. Has Watson. And here Kamau. And the Sheers doing well. They're just stepping forward enough. Long ball. Carvalho heads it on, nice ball inside. LeCain, great run, LeCain. Well, the shot, does it take a deflection? Doesn't look like it. Slicing off Johnny LeCain's boot. It's great play by Carvalho. LeCain makes a fantastic run, but he just can't quite get his shot off. And the Sheers probably have had to deal with the hardest chance that the Bulls have created so far. Oh, Gardner is there for them. Just takes a little bit of a knock in the process. It's certainly more adventurous, and the ball's certainly further forward as well in that build-up. As Hill steps out and plays it long. And again, through it goes to Van der Vliet. Well, the first time we've seen the big man in goal this season. Hasn't had much action. Will have been training, of course. As Carvalho picks it up, he will have space, he can keep it in. Here comes Sunny, far post, into Bickley, and it's, oh, well, it's inches past. Well, it's exactly what you wanted. You wanted the big man to arrive at the right time, and he didn't. It looked like he just found the ball back and across and into the bottom corner, but it goes inches wide. And Sheerwater escape, and it's a lovely little ball in by Sunley, just right onto the head. Hill looks across as he scrambles and sees it go past his post. Well, a let off for the Sheers, and maybe a sign that the Bulls have now got through the first gear into the second, maybe pushing into the third here. As again, there seems to be a little bit more impetus, a little bit more purpose. Here comes Kerry, long ball over the top. Well, flag is up against Sunley, although the run was good. It was too early. And it just seems that the Bulls take about 20 minutes to get going. And they have clicked into gear now. Of course, they had a long journey in the week down to Portsmouth. Would have been a good hour or so on the coach. And of course, the early start on Wednesday to get back, but they are back and they're playing catch up. As Kerry switches it again towards the centre, towards the run of Henia Kamau. Watson with a little header. Well, they're nearly caught out of position again as Ajibola tries to sneak in, but LeCain gets a little touch on it. And Van der Vliet does the rest. Very much like the Shears are looking to make the counter punch on the break when they see a mistake or a loose pass. This time, Sonny's done well in the challenge, still going. Sonny now out to Carvalho. Chance again for the Magician, but the flag is up. Goes too early. A couple of times in the last few minutes. The run has just not had the right timing to it. I feel if the Bulls can get a goal, they could probably get a hatful as well today. They just got to find the right pass. Selick. Oh, good play again, but Walter can't keep it in. Bulls free kick. Again, looking for the long ball, but it's probably not the best way the Bulls play. They play better when they keep it on the floor. Suddenly in a battle there with Ajibola and Horn. Suddenly again, Henia Kamau trying to get there ahead of Blompier. Does he get brought down? Well, just maybe a coming together there. Watson intercepting, but York back and plays it right through the middle. Selick is there, but Van der Vliet comes with the header. As LeCain just turns away from Selick's pressure. Bulls just keeping hold. Carey again. Looking for a run, but there's plenty of blue shirts back. Now Watling. Carr. Suddenly, nice turn. Twists away. Takes it on. Suddenly now. Bickley in the middle. In it comes. Half cleared. Looks like York is back there helping out. And the Bulls just getting the ball back again quickly, trying to recycle here. Henia Kamau trying to shake off the challenge of Blompier. Ajibola with a touch, but it only goes to Watson. Into Bickley, lets it run. Now, this time, Henia Kamau tries it. What a finish! Well, it's clever, it's skillful, and it shows the little bit of professionalism that he has collected on the way with his spells at Swansea and Hull there. He doesn't panic. He's calm as you like. He drags it back. It looked like for a second he was going to pull the trigger. It's a great build-up. Watson, nice, simple ball in. Lovely little touch by Bickley. And then Henia Kamau looks to shape, brings it inside, and pops it past Hill. No doubt about that. All of a sudden, the Bulls are alive. They're back level. It's Jersey Bulls 1. It's Sheerwater 1.
Goal for the Jersey Bulls. Number 21. He's back. Sammy Henia Kamau.
And Sammy Henia Kamau gets the cheers and the applause. And maybe that's just what the Bulls needed. Just shy of the half-hour mark here. It looks like Jamie Watling has having some running repairs on his boots, a little bit of tape required, something to just put them back together. There's no doubt bench there with Carl Banet, who's got magic tricks with his kit bag, helping out as the players get a quick drink here. Well, the Bulls needed to wake up. They have. Took a little bit of skill, a little bit of clever play in the build-up. And it was a lovely little run by Bickley, who let it go, just pulling the defence out of position. And Henia Kamau decides not to take the shot initially, but just to drag it back onto his left foot. And the rest is history. We're all square. As Sheerwater kick off again. Well, Hill had no chance in that one. And he goes long. Flicked on, carry across. Clears it up towards the halfway line where Blompier is. Kilshaw, heavy touch, but keeps control. Quick ball out here towards Cavallio. He's got space again. He's going to run against Mackie. Cavallio just losing the ball here a little bit. Stepping, twisting, going towards the byline. Gets it back and across, wins the corner. Well, the Bulls ratcheting up corners. Third one of this first half. Sheerwater yet to register one. Of course, a couple of seasons ago, both sides battling at step 5. And this kind of scoreline would have been one you might have thought you'd see. Back to Carr. In it comes, far post, flicked on, lovely finish. It looks like it's Johnny LeCain who gets the clip. Final touch, back of the net, and all of a sudden the Bulls have turned this game around. They were trailing by a goal that maybe looked a little bit marginal, but all of a sudden it's 2-1. It's a lovely little bit of work here from the corner. It's Carr who starts it, plays it in short, nice little run to the near post. Played back to Carr from Sunley, and then it's clipped in. And in fact, it's an own goal. It's come off, yeah, it's come off by George Mackie. So it isn't a Bulls goal, it is their goal, but it's an own goal. And it's the number 2 from the Shears who got the final touch as the ball is played in. But it's the pressure. And you always feel when you watch the Bulls, when they get on the front foot, when they create the chances, they are a much better side getting forward than having to sit back and wait for the opposition, who are happy also, it looks, to sit and just hold their shape. The Bulls pull them around, and the Bulls will have this game in the bag. As quickly the Shears go the other end. Oh, good skill. Valter trying to trick his way away from Henia Kamau, and then Watling, but Watling does well, and Henia Kamau will try and bring it away down that sideline, make some yardage. Well, from 1-0 down, it's 2-1 to the Bulls. And it's Mackie with the final touch. But the movement's better all of a sudden. And they've fired up the engines. Henia Kamau whips it forward, hits Kilshaw. Probably could have just ducked that and let it go through towards Bickley. And there's Mackie, who has seen one glance off his head into his own net. Tries to get it going down that line. Trying to break through there was White, but the Bulls have nicked it again. Henia Kamau doing a lot of work as well, backtracking. Carr. And now Watson to Van der Vliet. And you can see there the turnaround in the space of 4 minutes. The Bulls find themselves in the ascendancy. Watson again. Again, the Shears just standing off a little bit, allowing the Bulls on. Free kick given by Ajibola, who flattens Sunley and will be spoken to by Mr. Craker. That'll be his last chance, you'd think. Flicked on. Carr. Well, he's managed to get the ball back off the ricochet from Blompier, back and across to Henny Kamau. In it comes, looking at the far post, Cavallio, well, how does he get it over from there is the question. The answer is he does, but you'd think he's just got to get it, anything on it, and it's going to go in, and it's going to be the Bulls with their third, but somehow the magician turns it over. Well, a lovely ball in again, and it should have been 3-1. Great bit of play, lovely delivery, and it just needed the simplest of touches, and maybe Cavallio just going back as he took the shot, managing to get under it. It would have been a great clearance had he been defending that goal, that's for sure. But again, the pressure coming from the Bulls, starting perhaps to break down the Sheers, starting to blunt them in terms of their momentum, their cutting edge, starting to maybe just dull. Well, another long ball, picked up by Mackie, now Selic, and now Ajibola. Good play by Selic, gets away from Cavallio, but doesn't find the ball he wanted, as the Kane does break it up and then looks for Bickley, does well and gets past, and now he's away from Blompier, he's pulled him back, Bickley's going to take it on, Bickley still going with sheer power, sheer pace, Bickley with the shot, what a goal! Lorne Bickley, it didn't look like there was any chance, but his sheer strength there in possession. He had a tussle with Blompier, he shakes him off, he carries on, he bombs forward, and then just his tenacity and his power and pace, and in the end, the big man adds to the scoreline. It's the Bulls 3, it's Sheerwater 1. He's pulled back there by Blompier. He goes past Gardner, he steps inside him. Gardner's got no answer. Hill can't stop it. And Bickley gets another goal. Well, that is just pure power from the big man. Sometimes it just is a case of doing it on your own. And on that occasion, that's exactly what Bickley did. Jersey Bulls 3, Sheerwater 1. And what an 8 or 9 minutes it's been for the Bulls. 1-0 down after 15, and all of a sudden, they've got a 2-goal cushion. You just felt that when it came, it could all start to click. And the Sheers, who had the lead, are now having to regroup here. And they're going to need to up the game. You feel the Bulls will sense blood here. They'll go in search of another one. They'll try and kill this game before half-time. And it is just using that extra little bit of energy, perhaps, that more pressure. Get possession, put the opposition under the cosh, and they're trying to do it again here with the close on Ajibola by Kilshaw. Back to Gardner, who also was out-muscled in that. Bickley not just doing one, but doing two centre-backs with strength. Now into Henny Kamau, who's got a bit of space outside of him for Sunley. Can the Bulls find another way? Here's Carl arriving, in it comes! Well, too close to Hill. Bickley goes through the middle. Perhaps needed a run towards the near post, didn't come. Selic clears it now, and well, again, the balls that were finding Sheerwater players are not quite getting their intended target since the Bulls got level and then took the lead. And the Bulls just, good play again, stepping away, Watling. Chasing back is York. Space is just starting to open up here. Sheers have it back, good tackle by Watson this time. Well, it's caught. White, but no foul. Flicked on. Now Bickley battling, can't quite get there. Oh, and then Carey intercepting right at the right moment. Bickley just on his haunches there a little. Selic now to Walter. Good play. Walter again. Looking over the top. Well, it's a good run by York, and he nearly gets there, but the ball just a little bit too much on it. There's still a threat there. York, who got the hat-trick in midweek. He won't be giving up. He'll go in search of a goal or two if he can. Lively player. as we come into the last 5 minutes of this first half, which at times was a little slow, but all of a sudden started to come to life around about the half-hour mark, just before. Watson with the header. White tries to get there suddenly, then in a challenge with Mackie. Watson gets there. Watling. Want to make the number 5 shirt his own this season. Certainly will wear it when he plays, you'd think. Replacing, of course, the legend that was Luke Campbell. No doubt watching with his feet up somewhere. As Henia Kamau just drops the shoulder but can't quite get away from Mackie. The last time these two played, it was Luke Campbell's 150th game. So since then, of course, he's gone on to make over 200 and retired. He doesn't have to put in the shift any longer. He can sit and watch and enjoy. Quickly taken by York. And there's Watling, alive and alert to it. Jean-Pierre cross. Back to Hill, and all of a sudden there's a rush of red shirts towards the ball. Mackie gets there before Carvalho, through the middle. Should be comfortable for Watling, and it is. Does well. Van der Vliet been, again, much of a spectator in this first half. And suddenly, with a spring in his step, Watson, Bickley, better from the balls. It's keep in play, looking for a bit of possession, looking for the ball inside and round. Henia Kamau can't get there. Good play though by Mackie, who just shepherds the ball out. Is there anything for the Shears before the break to get within a goal? Hill clears it. Flicked on by York, but things that were coming off perhaps in the early part of this first half are not quite there yet. Again, they seem to have disappeared a little for the Shears, who started well. Now the ball is just controlling this game. Kilshaw, nice spin and turn, gets space by doing so. Into Bickley. Bickley then out towards Johnny Lacane, who's getting forward a bit more. Carvalho again. Will he go on the overlap? Lacane, he will. Carvalho goes inside. Watson then looks for the run of Lacane. Cut out. Bulls haven't finished yet. Henia Kamau strong in the challenge, stronger than York. And then Bickley must be an absolute handful, a nightmare for defenders who just don't have the strength to stand up to him. Causes problems for every back line he goes up against. Hard to keep him quiet. Kere. Bickley now making a movement in. Lovely touch. Carvalho tries the reverse. Carvalho gets a ricochet. Carvalho with the shot. Well, the magician this time gets it down, but not quite enough, as he tries to bend one into the top right-hand corner of Hill's goal. But this time, not able to rattle the net. The last minute of the first half. In the end, it's whistled by. 4 goals in the first 45 minutes. As Watson just finds his captain. McCain, now Bickley again. Ball into feet, nice layoff. This time from Sunley to Carvalho. Carvalho takes it on. Loves the lovely ball inside. Is Henia Kamau on? He is. Well, maybe not. The flag has gone up. In fact, But the ideas, the creativity, the flowing football, it's all returning. And it started to after about 20-25 minutes of this first half. The Bulls have had two halves in the first. A sluggish, slow start, you'd say, in the first half of the first half, and then a different side with the second part of this first 45 minutes, which are now up, and we're in added time. As Cavallio is caught by Ajibola, nothing doing, play on. The Bulls have it with Watson. Kamau. No, can't get through there. Lorne Bickley. And Selick is on the run. Oh, good play from Johnny Lecain, who just hooks it over him and gets himself a little bit of time. And back it goes to Van der Vliet. Well, there won't be too much time added on in this first half. As Van der Vliet clears. Bickley is fouled. Oh, they're going to have to stick with him. They're going to be within inches, but even then, is it enough when he's so strong? Well, slip there for Kilshaw on PA. Pressure from Sunley. And they're closing it down more and more, the Bulls. Selick. Back goes Cavallio. Back it goes to Van der Vliet, who has time. Watling again. Carr runs into Ajibola, and then they have a coming together and a sit down and a foul, and Watson is trying to get on with it, but he's not allowed. Ajibola sitting down, using Carr as a cushion. More of a carpet than a player there, as he's very much trodden all over there by Ajibola, who's managed to pick up a yellow card. Well, he's been warned a few times in the first half, and it's a combination, you'd think, of the number of fouls that has led to Ajibola going in the book. That may well be the last bit of action we'll see. Mr. Craker cautioning Ajibola. Over 2.5 minutes added. As Watling just steps forward, and that's unchallenged again. Well, the ball isn't one that he will be wanting to see replayed on the highlights package. No, in fact, he's actually done better than it looked. He's actually got a little nick off. No, he hasn't. It was as poor as it looked. Kilshaw there gets a touch. Lecain arriving. Cavallio stretching, trying to get it back and through for Bickley. And that's it for the first half of the action. Referee Mr. Craker calls it to a halt. A tale of two halves of the first half. Seeing Volta with the goal on 14, cancelled out on 29, and then 33, and then Lorne Bickley on 37, giving the Bulls a 3-1 lead at half-time as the players make their way off. We'll see you after the break. Well, the players are out for the second half, and the Bulls will be looking to build on their 2-goal lead, having taken a 3-1 gap into the tunnel at half-time. Well, what will the Sheers do? Will they be sharp enough to come back from this 2-goal turnaround required? Well, we'll see in the next 45 minutes. The players are out. The Bulls look ready. They want to get on with this. The Sheers are also out there, but perhaps, as has been in the second part of that first half, they've just started to go off the pace a little, perhaps, this afternoon. Well, the officials still yet to make their way out. And the players just look ready as the sun shines on Springfield. Still waiting for Mr. Craker and his crew. Of course, if you are watching this, you will only get to see about 40 minutes, or a little bit less of the second half. The last 5 or so will be in darkness, but we'll carry on with the audio to make sure you know what's happening. By then, the Bulls will have hoped to have wrapped this game up and booked their place in the next round of the FA Cup. And Mr. Craker is there. All the players look to be out there as well. Some of the Sheerwater subs are warming up on the far side. James Sunley has the ball at his feet. Sammy Henny come out, just getting loose. Confirmation still required whether the second goal that appeared to come off the Mackie head was in fact a Henny Kamau goal. Didn't look to necessarily be going on target. Look, it might have been just bending away. That will have to be cleared up in due course. But it is the Bulls who will get the second half going. It's James Sunley to Luke Watson, and we're underway. And the Bulls want to get a faster start in this second half than they did in the first. Getting forward more for the Kane and Carl, you'd think will be the order. As Kilshaw gets brought down. And Carey gets it to Watling. Carr now. Watling again. Now Watling tries to play it down the line, cut out there by York. And what will the captain be seeking from his charges in the second half? As again, suddenly busy. Run is made by Bickley now. And the ball goes inside. Little touch on Henny Kamau now. Can he get the shot off? Well, it's closed down, and then following up is Carvalho. Is there a corner? Oh, quick start from the Bulls there. Goal kick is the decision. Henny Kamau was trying there for what might be his hat-trick. Certainly would have been his definite second of the afternoon, but blue shirts cobbled together to block him. Now Mackie back to Blompier. The ball's already getting further forward, just holding that line higher on the pitch as Henny Kamau forcing it back to Hill, who, when he skied that one, he's got right underneath it. Sent it up into orbit, come down and gone straight out. Van der Vliet, so far a quiet afternoon for him. Now Watling. Chance to just walk it into the Sheers half. Inside to Bickley. Back to Watling, who's playing more of a midfielder. Certainly as this game has gone on. Inside again to Henny Kamau. Bickley gets it back. Looking for the run there. Looks like the cane is just tripped, but the Bulls have it back. And then suddenly outstretched, but can't get it. Horn. And a touch there, but Watling is back and deals with it, takes it off Walter. Nice little touch there from Sunley to Henia Kamau. They're linking up well now. Here goes Henia Kamau through the middle. Can he get the shot up? He lays it off to Bickley. Bickley onto the left foot. Bickley gets the yard. Well, the big man goes for goal. He gets under it as well. And it's a goal kick. But the Bulls are definitely charging in the second half. They were a little bit stuck in the first. Left perhaps just in neutral, but went through the gears, through the first to the second into the third, and they're pressing on here. Fourth goal, you'd think, for the Bulls would kill the game. The fifth goal in the game might just liven it up if it goes the Sheers way, who won't give up. As Van der Vliet stretching to keep it from going for a corner. The Bulls may decide just to make a few changes in the second half, just to keep the legs fresh. Big season, long season ahead as well. As Casey Nixon loosens up on the far side. Solid header from Watling there. Mackie trying to burst forward, still going. Gets it out, nice touch, far post. Well, too much on it, straight out. Nobody in a particular hurry. As the ball is retrieved. Van der Vliet just rolls it out. Kerry again. Flicked on by Sunley, picked up though by Ajibola to York. Blompier gets it off to Horn. Has Bickley and Sunley around him, but he manages to get out of that. A little bit of a cul-de-sac he found himself in. Ajibola. Killshot running hard, pressure on. Bulls wanting to win it back, they get it. Here's Carr now. Henia Kamau steps away from York. So much composure. A lovely little touch by Bickley, and again back. Now Henia Kamau. Good play there by Gardner, who uses his strength to get ahead of Henia Kamau on this occasion. Carr. Henia Kamau turns in towards, well, lovely ball back. Is he onside? Well, he's put it in the net. The flag looks like it's gone up. It was good play involving Sunley and Henia Kamau, but the assistant on the far side this time has the flag up, and that won't count. Now Hill will take a free kick for the offside. Looks like there may well be a substitution as well. Just need to have a little look across to see where the movement is. It looks like it's going to be a Sheerwater change. Looks like they're bringing on the first change for them this afternoon. Just wait to see who's given way. Well, the change has been made. Just need to see who exactly has come on. Long ball, solid header by Watling, flicked on by Sunley. Killshot winning it.
Double substitution for Sheerwater. Number 8, Roman Ajibola, and number 9, Harvey Walter, are replaced by number 16, Zach Jervis, and number 17, Aidan Larkin.
Well, the changes announced in the stand. So it's Ajibola off, Volta off, and Jervis and Larkin who were on. And the Bulls have the corner. Whipped in near post. Well, nearly falls to Watling. Back to Kilshaw, who's mopping up, turns away, has a momentary thought about playing it back, and a lovely ball from Watson. Kilshaw inside, Sunley, one touch, gets it back, Kamau, Sunley, in it comes again. Great tackle by Horn in the end, who gets there as Henia Kamau was about to finish off. A lovely little bit of play from the Bulls, much better passing, the quick ball to feet, the quick return pass as well, and it's suddenly Henia Kamau and Bickley all of a sudden who are just starting to get into the flow. So close again for Henia Kamau, just trying to walk that one in maybe. Could have just perhaps put the boot through it and smashed it past Hill, but he didn't. As here they come again. McCain just beaten to it, but tracking back, and a touch there for Larkin. And then a ball forward, which again will come across, will be Watling. Bulls can't keep that one in. So the goal scorer, Volta, is off. Getting in there is the Kane, and then again is White. Ball seems to have gone the Bulls' way against the Shears calls. I think they won it, but it doesn't go their way. A few more Bulls subs warming up. Ajibola was taken off, perhaps because of the yellow card as well. Oh, lovely ball through the middle, and Van der Vliet will have to come out this time, and he does, and he misses it, but gets back and across quickly is Watling. Who else? Well, it's good play by Larkin, the substitute. It was a lovely ball through to him. Van der Vliet comes and commits, makes himself big, but in the end, it requires Watling to sweep up and cover at the back. Corner, though, the first one of the afternoon for the Shears, coming in the second half. Big up and under. Looking for the header of Gardner, and then cleared by Carr. Henia Kamau coming back to help out. Steps inside. Does he dispossess? He is. Then he's, well, Gardner's managed to shrug him off, and then Henia Kamau puts Gardner on the floor. Play on, says the referee. Henia Kamau perhaps feeling he was fouled. Gardner gets back up slowly. Play on. Ball is with White. In it comes. Headed away by Watling again. Well, defensively, he's like a rock at the back, Jamie Watling. Looks like the Bulls are going to make their first change of the afternoon as the Shears go in search of their second. Watling just gets a little touch on it. And he came from nowhere last season, Jamie Watling. Nowhere in terms of the Bulls, but there is a change coming. The Bene board is going up. Carvalho is off and Nixon is coming on. We saw that midweek. A nice bit of a headache in a way for the management to have, but also allowing Carvalho a bit of rest, put his feet up, and Nixon can get some running in. Scored last week in the FA Trophy. And we'll look to add to his tally as the Bulls defend a throw in here. Straight through to Van der Vliet. Bulls making their first change of the afternoon. Henia Kamau, space, lots of room. He's got Sonny out to his left. He'll play it to him. He'll carry on the run. He'll get it back. Henia Kamau now will take it on. Trying to get past Jervis. Does do. Into Sunley. Sunley, well, it looks like it's come off. It is Mackie who just gets a touch in it. Turns it round for a corner. The Bulls get their second of the second half. 3 of 4 in the first, 3 in fact, and now Henia Kamau And again, the quick play, and him and Sunny are linking up incredibly well. A lot of good play from them, creating a lot of opportunities. In it comes, flicked on. Casey Nixon will try and get there, but he's been dispossessed and a chance to break out. Larkin, great challenge though, coming in from Johnny LeCain. Sliding in. Looks like he's won the throw as well. A little bit of a bonus. As Kere calmly rolls it forward to Watling. Now Watling again. Into Sunley. Has Carr, lovely little short pass. Carr on the overlap. Carr now into the box. Squares it. Tapped in. Lovely finish from Henia Kamau. Well, it's been coming for the first quarter of an hour of this second half. He's been knocking at the door. He finally gets the ball he wants. Slides it past Hill. The Bulls get their fourth. It all comes from Sunley and Carr. And then the ball is beautifully played in. And Henia Kamau doesn't even take a touch. He just side foots it past Hill. And the Bulls have their fourth. Well, that could be a hat-trick. It depends on the decision on whether or not the first or the second goal that the Bulls scored was going on target. I think the jury's out on that one. We'll see. Either way, it's Jersey Bulls 4, it's Sheerwater 1, and Henia Kamau is on the score sheet again. Yes, we have about half an hour left at Springfield. And can the Bulls now just add to the score line? Well, another change on the far side. The skipper York is off. So Sheerwater unloading their bench now. Just check to see who's on. Well, they brought on Brian. So their number 14 is on. As Selleck tries to get forward. Oh, Johnny LeCain does ever so well there. Lovely little ball inside to Watson, gets it back. LeCain over the top. Henia Kamau sniffing on. Can he get there? Well, not before Gardner does. So York is off. In fact, Foster is on. So change of advertised numbers. It looked like 14 came on, which is Tyrone Bryan. We'll just check that one out. Need to have a word with the officials, but and then, well, Carr gets taken down. Play on. Here they come. It's the substitute Larkin. He's been lively since he came on, lays it off. Arriving is Selleck. Selleck gets past one, can't get past two, and then, well, Watling doesn't quite get enough on it, but he's just about does enough to take the pressure off. As the Shears try and get back again. This time with Horn. Still forward they go. Big shout from Van der Vliet. No one there. And now Sunley again. Got two on him, but he gets through somehow. There was no gap, but he gets it back off Watson. Sunley now tries to play it in. Here comes Bickley. Bickley now into the box. Bickley squares it. Well, into the feet of Hill. Too close to the keeper. Well, some dispute still goes on whether Henia Kamau's third goal was his third goal or it was in fact his second goal. Well, whoever thinks it was going in will need to look at the replay. Having seen that twice, it looks like it was going out. You know, let's not take a hat-trick off someone if there's a chance that they can have it. Not that they're going to keep the match ball. It's a corner for Sheerwater. And it's easy for Van der Vliet. Oh, the Bulls come again. Well, foul there, surely. Referee right on hand as Nixon is upended. Joe Giles looks like he's coming on. And it will be Henny Kamau who'll go off. It looks like Ritzema is also coming on. So double change coming for the Bulls. Ritzema was the catalyst for the Bulls' revival in midweek against Moneyfields, making great strides down that left-hand side and causing all kinds of problems for the Portsmouth-based side. But this afternoon, the Bulls are comfortable at 4-1 as Sunley's still going. Lays it off, Watson. Sunley been instrumental in this second half. Kilshaw. Well, somehow he nutmegs the ball there through, gets it to Watling. Sunley again. Watling, lovely ball on the floor to the feet. Now Henny come out. Well, he can't have long left. The next change, we'll see him pulled off. But still going. Nixon, LeCain, getting much further forward. Watson then getting the ball under his feet a little bit there, but Selleck is back for Sheerwater, clears it up towards Larkin. Watling gets there, ricochets off to Carr, and back it goes to Van der Vliet. Van der Vliet just puts a boot on it, waits for Watling to show. Nikamau again. Watling steps in and takes the ball off the challenge there. Oh, Foster. We've got Foster and Bryan on now for the visitors. Now Watson. Bickley. Sunley tries to get it through. Well, gets the shot, trying to, in a tackle there, gets the ball deflected through to the keeper, Hill. Now with the captain's armband in the middle there, it's Jake Horn. Now Sheerwater. I've got 25 minutes to find a way back into this game. To get it going forward as well. Here's Mackie on this near side. Blompier. Gardner one touch and then forward. It's not really going as Mackie again. Selleck this time. Over the top looking for the runner Larkin. LeCain will get there. Well, he's let it be nicked off him. And he has to come back and put it out for a corner. Sheerwater winning the corners in terms of the numbers in the second half, but yet to get on the scoreboard since their goal in the 15th minute. Numbers going forward now, though. And towards the near post. Easily cleared, though. Only as far as Mackie. Tries the shot by the looks of it, but doesn't get through the crowd of players. Back and across it comes. Watling with the header. Then Watson. And a big shout from Van der Vliet. Screaming down Watling's ear. And he come out. Off he goes. Sliding in, though, is a good challenge from Bryan. Looks like another change is coming. It's been delayed by the fact the ball has stayed in. Ritzema is on. Looks like he might go up top here because Bickley is off. And Giles is on. He's false start from him. But he'll be on for Henny Kamau as the Bene board gets another outing. Jay Giles straight into the action. Looks like he's going to go into a forward position.
Substitution for the Bulls, number 9, Morn Bickley, and number 21, Sammy Henya Kamal.
So Kamal is off, that's the other change.
And number 14, Jay Giles.
Ritzema gets a touch. Jay Giles, Ritzema now into the box. Ritzema, can he square it? Can he find a, well, he can only find the boot of Gardner. Picked up there by Bryan. Back to Watling. Kere. Nice ball, nice touch. This time from Ritzema, can't find Sunling. So Jay Giles has got a lofty forward position this afternoon. He's playing as a left winger. Carr is staying as left back, which you would have thought would have been an obvious choice for them both to switch and Giles to sit in his normal position, but maybe he fancies a little bit of a run with less defensive duties perhaps required. As Sheerwater still trying to find a way out of their own half here. Ball's forward, Watling cuts it out. Challenge comes from Bryan. Back again to Van der Vliet, who... Lovely chest down there to Sunley from Ritzema. Sunley now through, ahead of him is Nixon. On the outside is Ritzema. Ritzema plays it in, Nixon goes down. Well, question, was he caught in a challenge there? Referee not even having a look at that. Maybe just caught the ground, but looked like Nixon was going to get on the end of that ball. Watling again. Jay Giles, heavy touch, runs into a little bit of trouble, gets away from Bryan. Now Watson. Sunley trying to flick it on. Killshort. Kere again. Quick ball through, nice dummy by Watson. Doesn't get to Sunley though, goes through to Hill. Last 20 minutes of normal time here. Selleck still battling hard against the cane. The Shears just don't have much going forward at the moment. Larkin tries. Flicked on. Ritzema just checks his run. Now Bulls look forward in their next game. And this is all done and dusted. Will be another home game in the league against Ashford Town next week on Bank Holiday Monday. But for now, they just want to carry on finishing this game off. And here it is, Ritzema. Ritzema, surely. Well, arriving is Nixon, but not quite at the right time. And a chance maybe of a counter here. Larkin, it's 3 against 4. The Bulls are getting numbers back. Johnny LeCain gets back and stops that attack. Giles now, space in the middle of the park. Rolls it out to Carr. Taking it on. Giles again. Watson. Giles. Oh, heavy challenge there by Blompier, but it's played forward to Ritzema, who's done brilliantly well. He's behind Gardner. Ritzema now, can he finish it? Slides it in, tries to just play it perhaps underneath the body of Hill as he goes down, but lovely bit of play by Toby Ritzema again. He's got a bag of tricks, that's for sure. Denied this time as quickly the Shears break the other end. And a chance maybe the ball into the middle. Kere with the header, not cleared. Shot comes in, blocked. Kere again. Larkin still going. Shot from distance. Well, over it goes. It's been a rare occasion that we've seen the Shears getting forward. But on that occasion, Kere didn't give it up. As LeCain has a bit of space. Ritzema again, definitely fancying himself as the number 9, wearing 6, so inverted perhaps, but already seen a lot of the ball in this few minutes that he's been on. Sunley now He's seen lots of the ball this afternoon. Been really impressive, James Sunley. Boys will hope to keep him fit throughout the season. He has a bit of an X factor. As here comes LeCain, lays it off. Nixon into the box. Kelshaw, wow, that's not far away from the Bulls' number 8. Only been a few inches past that left upright. As more changes are coming. So Lumsden is on, and Harry Curtis, and it will be LeCain who will go off, and James Sunley as well. So the Bulls able to make plenty of changes. Sheerwater are going to make one of their own. Just waiting to see who they will bring on. So Watson has gone off. Lumsden will just slot in that middle. And Curtis will probably, whether he'll go to right back or Kerry will go to right back. Plenty of choices for Elliot Powell to make. Sheerwater just making those final changes.
And for Sheerwater, George Walker replacing George Selleck.
So Walker is on, Selleck is off. And a run down that far side for Bulls just keeping hold here, and we won it back. Well, Watson hasn't gone off, so let's check to see who actually has been replaced. Curtis has gone to right back, that's one change. Looks like it may well have been Sunday. Oh, nice ball, Lumsden will stretch and get there. Cross will come Mackey, but Lumsden wins the throw-in. A decent crowd in at Springfield this afternoon, certainly behind the Hill goal in the second half. As Giles has it, right foot, Ritzimer. Giles continues the run. Back to Watson. Ritzimer again. Here comes Kere. Oh, the Shears break it up. Can they quickly break the other end? Shirts are back, Kere's bombing back. Cross comes Nixon, does well. Curtis will take the throw. Watson into Giles, who's drifted into that midfield role, centre mid. Interchangeable there with Lumsden and Watson. And then Watling plays a lovely ball, which Giles has continued to run on. Now in the middle is Killshaw. Can he get there? Well, Gardner just does enough in the nick of time to get the touch on it. Bulls have it back with Watson again. And Watling goes back to Van der Vliet. And Watson with his arms up, but can't imagine he was going to whip that ball across as Lumsden just skips away from one challenge, goes down but gets up again. Challenge coming there from White. Oh, still going, Lumsden is marauding through. Lovely little rub from him. Jay Giles now. Oh, tries to play it through for Lumsden, can't quite get it. But he gets the rebound off Mackey there, and now Watson again. Into the feet of Nixon. Now Kere. Curtis getting forward, Watson. Good play from the Bulls. Still keep possession, Giles. Killshaw in the middle now, Killshaw! Can he get the shot off? Well, he does in the end, but it's blocked by Blompier. It's a corner to the Bulls. Maybe Kilcher should have taken it the first time, and he had just a little bit of space. Wanted an extra touch in the end. And they managed to keep it out. Stop it going on target. Giles will go across to take. The Bulls will send numbers forward. Watling and Lumsden for height. Ritzimer is in there. Watson as well. It's good with a head. Giles to deliver. Looks towards the far post. Looks for Watling with a header. Well, it's not far away from the Bulls' new number 5. Gets a good jump on it. Just can't get it to drop. Maybe just gets a little bit of cramp there as well. He's put a shift in this afternoon, Jamie Watling. Just stretching his calf out. The ball's played in there for Walker. Kind of sums it up a little bit, unfortunately, for the Sheers there, as the ball is played towards Horn and he just can't control it when he's unchallenged. And certainly there, cutting edge disappeared when the Bulls got their second. As Watling again has a bit of space, which he creates himself. Good touch by Ritzimer to Giles. Giles will sweep it out to that far side, looking for the run there. Well, it's a good header, but there's nobody in the middle. And you just feel that we'll see these last 10 minutes go away very steadily. There's no real impetus from either side. The Bulls will try and get another goal, but the Sheers are just perhaps trying to keep the scoreline respectable. Now, we've got about a few minutes before we go into blackout as well. And we'll carry on with the audio commentary. If the Bulls can add to their 4 for this afternoon. Mackie with it, chased by Giles, but he's given it away. Mackie to Ritzimer. Needs to find the ball to Nixon. Nixon now lays it off. Lumsden. Well, goes into the side netting. No corner. You feel that the Bulls just creating more and more space. He's not quite able to get that one on target. Gardner. Now, Mackie. Trying to find a way forward, trying to find a second goal. There's a run on here for Brian. Quickly back his car. Brian will try the shot, but there's no pace on it. It's comfortable and very easy for Van der Vliet. Now Watson. To Giles, first time ball into the feet of Ritzimer. Ritzimer will take it on as he does with the left foot and the burst of pace forward, getting away from Blompier. Surely now, can he finish it, Ritzimer? When he's done all the hard work, he then loses the ball under his feet there. He just perhaps also needs to take the shot a little bit earlier. But brilliant play from Toby Ritzimer. Just didn't have the finish. He does that so often where he just takes it round opponents. It just seem to be standing still, but it's the quick pace, the quick turn. And he's away. Horn inside to White. Sheer's still battling, but outnumbered again. Lumsden, there's a run on, there's a ball there for Nixon. Ball's come forward again. Inside goes Ritzimer. Ritzimer clips it. Well, too close in the end. Doesn't get the final warning as we are minutes away from the blackout applying. Free kick though for Sheerwater, far side. Go again here. Trying to find some space. Watson there, quickly in at the feet. Wins the ball. Brian now. And it has to go back. It's with Blompier. Larkin. then Kerry just doing enough to hold it up, and then Curtis helping out, and then Kerry wins it back again. Now Nixon tries to step over and lose his marker, but he can't. There's a board up. Looks like another change. It looked like Blompier might be the number that went up for Sheerwater. Yep, it is. So another change for the visitors. And just making his way out to the middle. That's a final, looks like the final change that they've made. Let's wait for confirmation of who's come on, as Gardner's put under pressure by Ritzema, and he's forced to, well, it is a late decision there in the corner by the assistant, who finally notices that Gardner is the one with the final touch, which is won by Ritzema. And it will be Giles who takes it short. Nixon tries the shot, saved by Hill. Another good effort, easy in the end for the keeper, and then sliding in is James Carr. Does really well to keep, well, time the tackle more than anything, because he had to get it spot on. Here comes Larkin, just trying to get the ball forward again, just to the halfway line, and then a solid challenge coming in from Watson and also Carr, but it ricochets off and it's back inside their own half with the Sheerwater number 5, Gardner, who's done pretty well this afternoon. Out-muscled by Lorne Bickley as the balls are forced back, but they've got the throw just level with their own 6-yard box, and Harry Curtis will take it. Of course, you've got to get on with it this season. You can't hang around or you lose it. Now, ball forward from Giles, but cut out by Gardner. Horn now, just on the halfway line. Killshaw stands off in towards Jervis. And it's back in their own half again. Well, they're certainly taking their time. No rush from the Shears. Gardner again. Larkin, who's picked it up just by the halfway line, takes it over. Still going. Cut out, though, by Kerry. Back with the Shears. Switching to this right-hand side. Well, looking for the runner, Brian, but there's too much on that ball, and it'll be a throw-in deep inside their own half. On the stand side here for Carr, who gets it to Watson. Carr then gets challenged, and oh, it's a good challenge. Looks like Larkin has won it back. He has. Mackie with the throw. Edge of the penalty box. Mackie again. Sheerwater still with possession, but they go all the way back now to Gardner inside the centre circle, who steps forward, rolls it out. Still got possession, the Shears now. Larkin, he's had a busy second half since he came on. Gardner tries to get it through the middle. Watling, who else, but cuts it out. Nixon forcing Sheerwater back. Still in their own half here. Flick forward, but again, poor ball in the end, really. That's the last 5 minutes of the 90 are ticking down. And Van der Vliet with a rare touch. Watling into the feet of Carr. Giles can go back to Lumsden, who's helping out at the back there. Kerry now. Nixon. Kerry. Nixon on the dugout side. Gets it back. Curtis. Well, they've got it back here, the Shears, down the left-hand side. Free kick, will there be? It will. Right on the edge of the box as well. It's Curtis who gives it away. Larkin is in the mix. He fancies taking this. Foul was on. Looks like Walker was brought down. And the Bulls will have to defend here. Van der Vliet have to line the wall up, covering that near post. And a chance made for Sheerwater to get one back. It will take a decent free kick from here to beat Van der Vliet. Shot comes in, goes low, hits the wall. Cleared by Watson. And the Bulls just playing around with it in the penalty box, and finally they scoop it away. Kilshaw now. Now Lumsden, switching play, hits the back of Ritzimer.
Our man of the match has been chosen for today.
And still Sheerwater
And the Jersey Bulls man of the match is
their own half.
number 21, Sammy Henrik.
Well, the announcer here at Springfield gives the Bulls player of the match to Samuel Henia-Kamau. Well deserved from him as Sheerwater try and break, and the Bulls play the offside well. So for 2 or maybe 3 goals, we'll see in the end. But Samuel Henia-Kamau gets the player of the match for the Bulls this afternoon. As here comes Kilshaw, looking for the run of Nixon, who has to check because he would have been offside. Bulls go back to Kere. Halfway line is Lumsden, who happy to give Van der Vliet a touch. Watling again. Last minute, the 90 here at Springfield Stadium in this FA Cup preliminary round. Jersey Bulls 4, Sheerwater 1. As the final seconds tick away. Kere, long ball forward. Far side is Nixon, who heads it on. Hooked away by Mackie. Picked up now, though, by Curtis. Curtis plays it in. Ritzimer trying to get it down. Edge of the Sheerwater box. Up towards the halfway line it goes. Kere picks it up. Has a look at going back and then checks and goes forward. The Benet board is up. Look like 3 minutes of added time we're going to be given here as Ritzimer is battling hard there with Gardner, and he's won a corner. So Giles will go across to take. The Bulls with their 5th corner of the second half. And a chance maybe to add a 5th to the scoreline as Giles takes it now. Whips it in. Hand by Hill. Just gets a little bit on it, but enough for Sheerwater to clear. They want a break here. Kilshaw goes across. Kere now back, and they carry on bursting forward. Heavy touch, but it's found Larkin. Larkin edge of the Bulls box. Larkin whips it across. Watling blocks it. Then Lumsden. Now Carr. Larkin trying to catch up with Carr. He's doing well as well. He's up to the halfway line, but Carr is still going, and now he's put on a little bit of extra. Carr towards the penalty box. Brought down by Larkin this time. Well, Carr always looked like he had too much for Larkin. And just as Carr's about to enter the penalty box, he's run forward. He's cut short as he's clattered by Larkin. Free kick right on the edge of the box here for the Jersey Bulls. Probably about a yard outside at most. But a great run by James Carr from his own half. Larkin was trying as he could all the way with all the might he had left in him to keep up with James Carr. And when James Carr just got the better of him, he had to bring him down. J. Giles now. Lumsden is in there, so's Ritzimer. Giles goes near post, but he also goes straight at Hill, who collects and clears. Another long clearance, but Jamie Watling straight there, heads it off to Curtis. Curtis at the halfway line, now Kere. Quick ball into the feet of Giles. Lovely touch from him to Ritzimer. Keeps hold of it for the Bulls. Back with Giles. Now Ritzimer on this left-hand side. Will he take it on? He's going to. Edge of the box again, just where the free kick was given. Now whipped in by Carr into the box. Headed clear. Watson can't control it. Maybe a break on here for the Shears. Larkin again. Back is Watling. Oh, it's a lovely run through by Brian. Brian into the box, squares it. Good touch on it by Watson and or Kere, and it's into the arms of Van der Vliet. They battled hard, the Shears. They never really been in the contest in the second half. They never really were after the Bulls got the third. But they started with a bit of a surprise goal with Walter in 15 minutes. And then the Bulls found a way. And they have now pretty much secured. Well, they definitely have. And that's it. It's the final whistle from Mr. Craker. The players will shake hands. In the end, the Jersey Bulls, having gone behind by the earliest goal, cancelled it out, had 3 up at half-time, added 1 more in the second half, and have done enough to book their place in the next round of the FA Cup. It's a great performance from the Bulls in the end. It didn't start so well, but goals from Samuel Henny-Kamau and Lorne Bickley, and possibly an own goal. That will yet to be decided. With Sammy Henny-Kamau getting the player of the match, and the Bulls running out winners here at Springfield. It finishes Jersey Bulls 4, Sheerwater 1. That's it for cut action for this week. We'll be back next week with Ashford Town. It's Monday, it's bank holiday, and we'll see you next time.